Geopolitical.
Show you some things where maybe you know. I'm going to try to explain to you things that you don't know. And for those that are beginners, I'm going to try to speak with simple words so everything is clear why we're here, what we're doing, and why we're starting our project from Costa Rica and not from Costa Pobre. So, first of all, I want to play a video. I don't know if the guys on the back end have it ready. Yeah? If we can start with a 45-second video, and then we'll move forward.
Websites or wallets, but into a network of living, autonomous intelligence. In this new era, access to AI, computation, and even the internet itself will flow through micropayments autonomous, instant, and unstoppable from the cloud to the edge. Splendor is the decentralized value layer built for this future. GPU accelerated and quantum secure, it powers real-time machine-to-machine commerce, handling over 2.35 million transactions per second today, and scaling beyond 100 million TPS as networks expand. Every API call, every inference, every packet of data becomes a seamless micro-exchange of value. And Splendor is preparing to go even further, uniting the activity of major blockchains into one intelligent layer, where data, compute, capital, and cognition converge into a single economic heartbeat. This isn't just infrastructure. It's the economic fabric of the intelligent internet, decentralized, autonomous, and alive. The next era of the web begins with Splendor. Discover the future at splendor.org.
Thank you very much. So, the first thing that comes in your mind probably is, why the hell you need to build a new blockchain? There's thousands of them already. Excellent projects, wonderful blockchains, wonderful technologies, and I know some of their leaders and also some of their developers. Well, I didn't want to build a blockchain. But the terrain that we have to go through, we were trying to find the right vehicle, and we did not find the solution. So what started as a lab experiment, it was basically something that became the fastest blockchain on Earth. I had this crazy idea. I talked to my team, hey, we're an AI company. Why don't we try to use GPU and see if we can get some more through output? And I wrote some algorithms, and I worked on some AI models, and we said, what if we can make an AI package transactions faster? What would happen? So the first thing we did is we got a simple GPU, A40, $200 a month, and we said, let's see how many transactions we can actually pass through with a couple of those. We put 100,000, swallowed it right through. 1 million, swallowed it right through. We said, let's see where it would break. 2.8 million transactions per second, and the GPUs basically broke. What is a sustainable level of TPS on a simple GPU was 2.35 million transactions per second. Then we said, what if we take an H200? Where this thing can go? And we were blown away of reaching 100 million transactions per second. Why do we need so many transactions per second? Well, I'm going to tell you the problem. Actually, there are two problems that I already see as a visionary that some people don't even know. If you look at the stock market, coming from financial background, you're going to see that the S&P 500 has 7 of the most liquid and largest companies called the Magnificent Seven. You know them probably, Google, you have Facebook, you have Microsoft, you have NVIDIA, you have Tesla, you have Apple, and some others. But probably the most interesting one when we talk about AI is NVIDIA. How many of you think, and raise your hands, that NVIDIA built AI chips? How many of you? Yeah? Maybe more people know that NVIDIA builds AI chips? Well, they don't. They don't build AI chips. They're a designer of AI chips. The company that builds 90% of the AI chips in the world, it's TSMC. And that's not Tennessee Semiconductor. This is the Taiwanese semiconductor company. Even Apple decided to design their chips, but they went to the same company in Taiwan to build their chips. What would happen, theoretically, if China decides to go ahead and somehow intervene into what's happening in Taiwan? Where the stock market will go and what would happen when you know that just NVIDIA alone, it's 5.4 trillion market cap company. And we're talking about the 7 companies that I mentioned are 34%, almost 35% of the stock market. According to US intelligence, China is getting ready to intervene by 2027. So for all of you investors, founders, I want to tell you, watch that geopolitical problem that's brewing, okay? So what happens if there is a problem? Well, this is how we come to a solution. I believe that all of the AI companies that you know right now are going to face challenges. But not only challenges from geopolitical problems, but challenges because they're not ready where the AI technology is going. And I'm taking you to this journey because I can most certainly guarantee you that in a few years, you're not going to be going and using some of the AI services that you're using right now. Every single AI product will be directly on your phone, on your computer, open source, on the edge. And we're not going to need GPUs anymore because there's the technologies like NPU and CPU, the models are getting smaller and smaller and smaller. And if you're following the trend, they're becoming open source, very powerful, little models. And when we see the technology moving, I can tell you that investors who are into the AI space, watch out. What Splendor is doing is we are already moving ahead and designing technology that is going to be in your pocket, meaning that you will be able to use AI without transferring data to third parties, having a complete privacy, and you'll also be able to make money with your AI. So how do you make money in the AI industry right now? Well, most people are trying to design some sort of agents, but I'm going to give you some tips that I found when people create agents with AI and what has happened in several occasions in my experience. When you want to build an AI agent, you want to make sure that it works perfectly. And there was a company that came to us and they had a problem. They have built a multi-agent product and they were using one of the AI companies for interference. And they said the first day we had $200 spent, and then suddenly, a week later, we had $50,000 bill. What happened was the 2 agents that were using got into infinite loop, and this is where they got a $50,000 bill. Another problem that you probably don't know yet is internet itself. How many of you own a website or host a website? Raise your hands. Yeah. How many of you are content creators? Okay? If you own a website, you probably are hosting it somewhere because most people use the cloud, and I don't know many that are hosting them in their own labs at home. So you'll be paying something per month. But here's what happens. In my personal experience, I had a website, and I was paying between $100 to $500 per month. But at one point, I saw that my bill went to $5,000 a month. My traffic didn't grow, the actual revenues didn't grow, but I had millions of visits. Guess from who? The AI agents who were hungry for my data. They were coming every second, thousands of them, and my bandwidth and my bill ended up being extremely high. What if I tell you that because we achieved millions of transactions per second, and we've also incorporated X402 payments directly on the protocol level, it will allow anyone that has a website or content creation or anything that you sell on the internet to charge those agents and get micropayments directly to you. That puts the end of the new internet, the old internet as we know it, which is based on ads, and now puts the money in your pocket. I'm going to give you an example. A news agency, let's take CNN, would have 1 billion visits, mostly from AI agents that are scraping the data, and now they have a way to monetize it. So the reason we built Splendor blockchain and the technology is because we saw the problem of agents vandalizing content, and we had to create the new AI native internet. Not only AI native internet, we are also looking to do a lot more. And everything that you see, I'm gonna go over it if I have some more time, but I want you to go to our website, test our search API. What is a search API? Right now, you can go to Google and get API keys. And Google is going to give you all the information that they scraped in their search engine. With us, not only you get our search engine information, but you get AI that is going to summarize the information for you. And we're beating them on pricing, on speed, on everything. So you can embed that API directly into applications. You can go and you can try our AI search, which is, again, extremely powerful. It's free to use. You can try it. We have also a premium version of it. So you don't have to go and give your data to any other third parties when you're searching the internet, and you want the AI to be extremely useful. We are going to put also forward the Splendor AI Studio. I think it's coming up in the next 3 to 4 days. You will have hundreds of models where you can choose any one of your favorite open source, closed source models. You can have your rack, you can have access to creating video, content, everything in one single unified platform. So you don't have to be charged for monthly subscription. You just pay per use, pay per call, which I believe it's fair model. And you get to experience the newest AI models behind our inference that we provide at the moment and say, hey, you know what? I can ask the same question, ChatGPT, DeepSeek, Kimi 2 thinking that came a couple of days ago. I can ask 5 AI models and I can see which one is cheaper and which one gives me a better answer. And maybe you fall in love with one that really like. Or maybe you want to see what AI models are actually going to give you as an answer. Now, moving forward, what else we need when we have such a fast blockchain and infrastructure? We're changing the internet, we're changing how things actually work, and we are moving beyond what's there. We needed our own payment infrastructure as well. So this is why we had to build a stable coin. So we built the first AI-backed stable coin. When you have a stable coin, you need to be able to move quickly because those millions of agents that we envision are going to come, they have a problem of paying high fees on other blockchains. That's why we made our stable coin, which we're going to end up with a video, to be gasless and free, instant, speeds up to unprecedented levels, and also settling in less than a second. So now you can make a business. Now you can say, okay, I'm a business owner. I'm going to use an open source model. I'm going to host it. I'm going to create agents. One of my agents is going to be the CFO. One of my agents is going to be my CTO. One of my agents is going to be marketing department. And now they can charge others. They can actually produce you money while you sleep. So I believe that within the next 5 to 10 years, most people are not going to lose their jobs. They're going to be able to create extra jobs and have more free time by optimizing AI agents. And now when you own your AI, when this AI is in your phone or your laptop or your computer, and you can deploy those hundreds of agents that go do all the jobs that you have to do, well, you're going to be able to spend more time, quality time with your family, quit your job, and let this AI do the job for you. On another topic, what I want to explain is the most important information that I have for you today is what you see in the markets and what you see in the world of AI, it's going to change. We might be your best hedge against what's coming. And if you're an investor, if you are someone that's looking to invest in digital assets and the next frontier company that is coming to actually change the world in a way that has never been done, talk to me. I'll be available right after my speech. I have brought some of our major investors here that put a lot of money with us, and we would love to mingle and talk to you as well. So if we can play the final video, this is how I'm going to end. Thank you.
As the world evolves, so does money. AI didn't wait for banks or governments to reform. It created its own money. Introducing Tender, the first AI stablecoin. Instant, borderless, global. No central bank, no gatekeepers. No 9 to 5 settlement windows. Move value anywhere, anytime direct. Peer-to-peer, backed by artificial intelligence and knowledge, the most valuable human reserve, independent of any country. Start using Tender for permissionless payments, no transaction fees. Or power your apps and agents with money that settles in less than a second and scales without friction. Simple to get, simple to use. Full control in your hands. Tender money that moves at the speed of ideas. Buy Tender now.
Thank you very much. And Costa Rica. I want to finish with this. Costa Rica. A few years ago, 8 years ago, actually, we started our journey with my partners in Costa Rica. And now, today, we launched the Tender stablecoin, our infrastructure. We are already on several exchanges, including MXC, again in Costa Rica. So for us, the word Costa Rica, it's very important, means rich, means success. The date, number 8, in Chinese culture, means money. And also, believe it or not, the timing is right for certain things to change. So I thank you very much. I thank you for all the organization here, the people that were able to accommodate us, and of course, the blockchain jungle, all of our investors, all supporters in our community, one big thank you.
My sorrow into treasure gold.